All right. Today, we are going to explain fraction equivalence using a tape diagram and the number line. And we're going to use that information to relate it to the use of multiplication and division. So let's get started. On this tape diagram, I'm going to shade in this section right here. What have I shaded in? If you said 1/2, you are correct. Now, I'm going to take the same tape diagram, and I'm going to partition this section in half and this section in half. Ooh. And I'm going to erase that one, and I'm going to try a little harder. Now if we look at our sections, how many total pieces do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. How many are shaded in? 1, 2, 2 out of the 4 total pieces. So right here on my tape diagram, I see that 1/2 and 2/4 are equivalent. Now we can go even deeper. I'm going to partition each fourth in half. Right here, right there, right there, right there, there, and there. Now how many total pieces do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 total pieces. How many are shaded in? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of those 8 total pieces. So, what I have shown in my tape diagram is that 1/2 equals 2/4 equals 4/8. All 3 of those fractions are equivalent. Now, if I were to take this same setup, we're going to look at this, how it would look on a number line. So I've set it up a little bit. I have my whole piece, and I have drawn, to my best of my abilities, an exact number line. So you can see that right here is our 1/2 line, right here is our 0 line, right here is our 1/2 line. Now, how many total pieces do I have on my number line? I have 0. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So each of these are eighths. This would be 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and 8/8. That's good. We're going to show even more equivalent fractions on here. We're going to look at just our eighths right here. We have 1/8 right here and 2/8 right here. If we go up to our tape diagram right there, we also have this fraction. Come on, I wanted red. This fraction right here. So we have 1/8 shaded in, 2/8. What fraction is equivalent to 2/8? We showed in our tape diagram that 1/4 is equivalent to 2/8, so that 2/8 and 1/4 are equivalent. Now we go again, 3/8 right here, and 4/8 right here, but if we were to look at this as fourths, I have 1/4 shaded in and 2/4 shaded in. So 1/2 and 4/8 and 2/4 are equivalent. 5/8. And if we look at 6/8, that has a red with it. So 6/8 equals 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. 3/4 and 6/8 are equivalent. And when it comes to one whole piece, when we first started, we had 2 out of the 2 pieces. And when we partitioned into fourths, we had 4 out of the 4 pieces. So 8/8, 2 halves, and 4/4 are all equivalent as well. Now we're going to show that same thing as a multiplication sentence. 1/2 equals 1/2 times 2. 1 times 2 equals 2. 2 times 2 equals 4. And 2/4 equals 2/4 times 2. 2 times 2 equals 4. And 4 times 2 equals 8. If you look, multiplied by the same digit each time. So what I did to the numerator here, I did to the denominator here. Now let's just look at a number line. Just a number line, no tape diagram for this one. We have a number line partitioned into thirds. What happens if I partition each third into 4 equal parts? If I partition each third into 4 equal parts, that would mean that I have how many total in one whole? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 3/3 would be 12 twelfths, and 0/3 would be 0 twelfths. And now if we go to find equivalent fractions, we have 1/12, 2/12, 3/12, 4/12, 5/12, 6/12, 7/12, 8/12, 9/12, 10/12, 11/12, and 12/12. So just looking at this one right here, this is one we are going to show the multiplication and division sentences for. 1/3 equals 4/12. 1/3, oh, I should use 1/3 equals, get myself set up, and we are showing that it equals 4/12. And I have a question for you. When we looked at our number line, we started with thirds and we partitioned each third into how many equal parts? 4 equal parts. So when we go to here, we partitioned each third into 4 equal parts. 1 times 4 equals 4. 3 times 4 equals 12. So each third, we multiplied it by 4. Now, if you think back to your early days, you should remember that multiplication is just division backwards, or Division is just multiplication backwards. So let's set it up the same. Oops. Let's set it up the same but backwards. So if we have a little bit ahead of myself. So in everything being backwards, 1/3 is on this side, 4/12 is on this side. One times what equals 4? 4. 3 times what equals 12? 4. And since it's multiplication backwards, we're dividing. So this slide, slide 5 here, is the multiplication and division sentence to show this number line. So you can take smaller segments, smaller pieces, and it can be equivalent to one large piece. So each large piece here is made of 4 small pieces. Quick review: a tape diagram shaded in and partitioned to show that 1/2 equals 2/4 equals 4/8. Then we use that tape diagram to make a number line to show the same. And then we went a little bit deeper and looked at the other equivalent fractions that we could find throughout that number line. And we found that 2/8 equals 1/4. 1/2, of course, equals 4/8 and 2/4. We also found that when we got to 6/8, we had 3/4. We showed that in a multiplication sentence. 1/2 is 1/2 times 2, which is 2/4. And that, going even further, is 2/4 times 2 equals 4/8, and all three of them are equivalent. And we looked at a number line partitioned into thirds. And we partitioned each third into 4 equal parts. And when we developed our new number line, we found that 1/3 equals 4/12, 2/3 equals 8/12, and 3/3 equals 12/12. We showed that using multiplication and division. 1/3 times 4 is 4/12, and since division is just multiplication backwards, we found that 4/12 divided by 4 equals 1/3. All right.